Thank you, Mr. Speaker, members. I rise today not just as a lawmaker, but as someone who was outed as a kid. Before I had the words to describe who I was, before I knew what it meant to be LGBTQ, and long before I had the support that I needed. SB 12 isn't about protecting children or parental rights. It's about silencing them. It's about erasing families, banning truth, and turning our classrooms into closets. And let me tell you, some of us have spent enough time in those closets, and we sure as hell aren't going back, no matter how much this body tries. You know, I think about the 12-year-old in El Paso, the 14-year-old in Houston, and the quiet kid in rural Texas living behind the pine curtain who just needs one adult to say you're okay and you're not alone and you're loved. This law tells that child that their identity is a threat, that their story does not belong in a classroom or anywhere else for that matter. This is dangerous, and members, it's just cruel. Our schools should be places of learning, of safety, of affirmation, not political backgrounds where LGBTQ kids become collateral damage. You all must learn and understand how this debate and how bills like this will impact real Texas children. According to the Trevor Project, 90% of LGBTQ youth say that their well-being was negatively impacted by politics. Key words, politics, not teachers, not librarians, not books, and not guidance counselors. In the same Trevor Project study, 45% of trans and non-binary young kids reported that they or their family have considered moving to a different state because of LGBTQ-related politics and laws. And I won't even share the percentage of LGBTQ youth who have considered suicide as a result of legislation and debates just like this one, because a fraction of 1% is far too high and is a phenomenon that this body should take swift action on to reduce. The passage of HB 12 or SB 12 will prove that this body is dedicated to hurting kids instead of actually helping them. When I was outed, I felt fear, I felt shame, and I felt isolation. No child should carry that kind of weight, especially not because their state told them they had to, and that the adults in their lives would be legally prohibited from supporting them in the way they needed and deserved. Members, today's word of the day from Pastor Scott was identity. In this morning's prayer, Scott reminded all of us to remember who we are as we close out this legislative session. He reminded us to remember the God, the entity that made us who we are and gave us our identity. When Scott gave this morning's prayer, he said what many of my colleagues and I have been preaching in this chamber for years. Many of us here, including myself, believe Scott is correct. We believe that God gave us an identity. I believe he worked through my parents to create me when they were ready and to raise me in the way that honored our family, our ancestors, and our values. My identity lies within me, and my identity has nothing to do with you and yours. Whether you want to give credit to God for that, or if we want to chalk it up to evolution that is an irrefutable truth, my identity lies within me, and I'm the person who offers the world the opportunity to get to know me. Because God, nature, and time gave humankind self-awareness, consciousness, and sentience. All of you have that too, through God, or whatever you believe in. Your identity, who you are, who you know you are deep down, is precious and sacred to you because that is a gift. I testify to all of you here today that trans, intersex, and gay Texans are a gift from God too. And although my family had a hard time accepting my identity at first, they tell me every chance they get that I was their favorite gift from God on Christmas Day, the day that I was born. And as all of you are a gift from God, LGBTQ Texans are the same. And when people feel what they know and know what they feel and feel called to be authentic to who they are, these feelings truly are gifts we should celebrate in this body. Every student in Texas, every student in every Texas school is a gift from God, every single one of them. When we insert language into legislation that tells children, I cannot support your wish to live your life in accordance with your identity, that hurts kids in the short and long term. It hurts them as they march towards adulthood. That pain seeps deep down into the roots and permanently impact branches of the family tree in visible and invisible ways. And if we won't support kids when they need it the most, then what are we actually doing here? To those kids watching, hiding, or questioning, I see you, I survived, and you will too. And I will fight for you every single day. I urge my colleagues to vote no against the conference committee report on SB 12. Thank you.